I'm Dave, and this is Austin Eats.
There's a certain magic that happens when a thick steak meets a scorching hot cast iron skillet. The combination of intense heat and even cooking creates a perfectly seared steak with a flavorful crust and a tender, juicy interior. To achieve that perfect balance of tenderness, flavor, and perfect sear, you need the right cut of meat and the right technique. A cast iron skillet is the perfect pan for cooking a steak because of its ability to retain heat. When a steak comes in contact with a large flat surface of a hot cast iron skillet, the Maillard reaction occurs, which creates the tasty crust on the steak. For a really good sear that locks in the juices, the skillet needs to be piping hot, about 600 degrees Fahrenheit. There are several cuts of steak that are perfect for cooking in cast iron. A well-marbled ribeye steak is at the top of the list. The fat will render a bit in the skillet, creating a great steak with rich flavor. A filet mignon is a great choice if you like a leaner cut, and a thick-cut New York strip is also terrific. Porterhouse and T-bone steaks are also popular options. There are also cuts that are not recommended for cooking in cast iron. Thin cuts like skirt steak or flank steak cook really fast in a hot skillet. If you're cooking one of those, don't go anywhere or your dinner will be well done. A tomahawk steak is another poor choice. A tomahawk is a ribeye with a long bone attached, and it just won't fit in a cast iron skillet. You could have your butcher trim the bone, which defeats the purpose of buying a tomahawk in the first place. Buy a bone-in ribeye with a shorter bone instead. Also, any steak that has been marinated is not a good option for cooking in cast iron. A marinade made with wine, soy sauce, or lemon juice can easily harm the seasoning on a cast iron skillet. Unless your skillet is old and very well seasoned, find another way to cook marinated meat. I like to cook marinated meat in my Kamado Joe on an inexpensive cast iron griddle that I don't care about. For the double cut ribeye in this video, I used a reverse sear to ensure a uniformly medium rare steak without any variations in texture or color. Begin by preheating your skillet. Cast iron takes a while to get hot. Place the cast iron skillet over high heat for about 15 minutes until it reaches 600 degrees Fahrenheit. An inexpensive handheld laser thermometer works well for knowing when it's ready. I first cook the steak in a 200 degree Fahrenheit oven to an internal temperature of 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I let the steak rest for 10 minutes. Rub both sides of the steak with a little oil, like canola, that has a high smoke point. This will help prevent the steak from sticking to the skillet. Season both sides with kosher salt and black pepper. Place the steak in a hot skillet and let it cook for 45 to 60 seconds without moving to develop a delicious crust. Watch what happens to the steak when I speed up the video. It plumps up as it sears. Flip the steak over and sear the other side for another 45 to 60 seconds. If the steak sticks, wait 10 seconds and try again. Use an instant read thermometer to check the internal temperature for your desired level of doneness. Top the steak with a pat of butter and serve. There's no need to rest it again. Cooking steak in a cast iron skillet is a tried and true method for bringing out the best flavor and texture. The secret to a perfectly seared steak lies in choosing the right cut of meat, utilizing the reverse sear method, and finishing the steak in a blazing hot cast iron skillet. Hey, if you liked the video, let me know, and please subscribe. I'll see you next time on Austin Eats.